Okay, alright. We can do this. We can do this. Alright. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna harness the power of the Iron Fist. Make my fist glow. Ready? Okay. Oh, it's coming! It's coming! And there! Ha! Yeah. Yeah, you see that? What? What? Man! Really, dude? I told you this was fucking dumb. Hold on. Wait. Man, I told you this was stupid whenever you came up with this dumbass idea. So why don't you just go ahead and, do your review for this Iron Fist show already? Cause, like you could ever have a glowing fist. Well, when he's right, he's right. Sorry about that, but welcome back to another rambling review. In this review, we're going to be reviewing Netflix's Marvel's Iron Fist. Man, this show is catching a bunch of shit in the world, but I'm here to tell you that it's not as bad as people like to say it is, man. Like, it's not the best of the Marvel Netflix shows, but it's not the worst. Like, I actually like it better than a couple of the other ones. Yeah, so we'll start with the story. The plot of the thing, as by now you probably know, Danny Rand and his family, plane crash in the Himalayas. He gets taken in by some monks, and, he, comes and, becomes the Iron Fist, and then goes through all this martial arts training, becomes the Iron Fist, and goes back to, New York after he becomes the Iron Fist and stuff, and then, he goes back to his company, but, it's been 15 years. Because, Jesus, they like to remind you of that shit. It's been 15 years since he's been gone. Like, they say it a lot through the whole series. But yeah, he goes back, he gets in with the Meachums and stuff, and a whole bunch of crazy shit happens with the hand and stuff. Now, the story is okay. It's just, like, one thing people don't understand about, I think they miss the point of this show on, is, like, how Luke Cage is kind of like an homage to blaxploitation movies, like, Shaft and Dolomite, Foxy Brown, stuff like that. Iron Fist is kind of a homage to old, like, kung fu movies. And I'm a huge kung fu movie fan, and I ain't talking about these newer ones either. Like, I like the old 70s, 80s kung fu movies, like Legend of the Swordsman or Evil Clan, from the 90s, and then, like, stuff in the 70s, 80s, like Mystery of Chess Boxing and fucking Wu-Tang versus Shaolin, which I did have that. I do have these movies. And the crazy thing about Wu-Tang versus Shaolin, or Shaolin versus Wu-Tang, that's the movie. When you listen to Enter the 36 Chambers by the Wu-Tang Clan, the group, that movie is where almost all of the dialogue on that album comes from that movie and stuff, and it's fucking dope. Like Iron Fist, Iron Man, I think is what it's called, but it's not like Iron Man, like the Marvel character is the Kung Fu movie Iron Man. Mystery of Chess Boxing, Thunder and Mantis, Shaolin Drunkards, Shaolin versus Wu-Tang, Shaolin versus Llama, man, I can go on and on. Like 80s Kung Fu, early 90s, mid-90s Kung Fu movies and stuff, man. Even the newer ones are really good. Like a lot of Stephen Chow's movies, man. Like Kung Fu Hustle, Shaolin Soccer, Journey to the West prequel and stuff, right? But Yeah, it's like an homage to those movies now and stuff. But yeah, the story's decent. I mean, it's just your typical standard hero origin story. We have to get Iron Fist. And there's kind of like a permeation through the whole series. Is like we have to just get this series out of the way so we can get to the Defenders. But it's not as bad as what people like to say that it is. Now, going on to the characters. I'm going to go through some of the characters. We'll start with Iron Fist Danny Rand. We're going to start with Danny Rand himself. I don't think Finn Wittrock or whatever, the Loras Tyrell from Game of Thrones, I don't think he did a bad job playing Iron Fist. I just think that, like, yeah, in the comics, Danny was naive kind of when he came back, and he was a little too good-hearted and stuff. But in the show, he's like overly naive to a point where, like, dude, not most of the damn show, he's like just believing anything anybody tell him, anything. Like, he can't even see the shit coming, dude, and stuff, man. And I like that he's constantly wrestling with his Sorry, I like that he's constantly wrestling with what happened to him in the plane crash and all that. Like, he can't let go of this rage, and that rage is what's blocking him from fully becoming the Iron Fist and harnessing the power of Shao-Lao and stuff. And I mean, he trained for 15 years. I get tired. Dude, like, there's two phrases in this show that they say a lot. And, dude, like, through the whole thing, they constantly let you know that Danny trained for 15 years. We know, we get it, motherfucker. Like, we understand, we get it, we know. And another one is various uses of the word safe in various different places. We take him to a place that's safe. He's in a safe place. We gotta, don't worry, I'll protect you so you'll be safe. Like, especially through the first fucking 6 episodes, man, like, and stuff, but, okay, yeah, so, Danny's decent and stuff, man, like, there's a few things I wouldn't have made him as naive as he was, cause that was some other shit, man. But then we go on, probably my favorite character, probably gonna move on to my favorite character in the show, is probably Colleen Wing and stuff. But you gotta keep in mind, I'm not a big Iron Fist fan in the comics. Like, I don't really care for Iron Fist all that much. Like, I think he's cool. Concept's cool. I like martial arts, and I think the concept of the Iron Fist is cool. But I've never really been all that into Iron Fist as a comic character, and I never really cared for Colleen Wing and stuff too. But the chick who I cannot remember her name that plays Colleen in the show, she fucking kills that shit. Man, like, she fucking kills that shit as Colleen and stuff, dude, and she's way more developed and stuff than Danny is for some reason. It's weird. But yeah, so Colleen was great. Claire is once again in here, and this time I really feel like Claire is just there for continuity's sake between all the different Defender shows. Like, sometimes it feels like Claire at this point, Claire's just kind of like she's got to a point now after being in Daredevil and Jessica Jones and fucking Luke Cage, she's just like, at this point she's just like, this is everyday shit. This is everyday life now. This is just shit. Like, oh, these fucking two. Although I do like her and Madame Gao's conversation where Madame Gao like called her out on the whole like she wishes she could be super like have like powers like they do and stuff. But she's right though. They do need her because she's the first person they run to when shit hits the fan. Like if one of them gets really injured, she's the first person they run to, and they need that and stuff. Which brings me to Madame Gao, which Madame Gao over the course of this season has become probably one of my top 3 favorite villains of all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I'm including everything from the movies, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and the Netflix shows, Spider-Man. Like, I'm including all of them, man. Like, it was Kilgrave. Like, I love Kilgrave. That dude was just an amazing villain. And Wilson Fisk. Like, honestly, the Netflix shows have way better villains than the movies. But Madame Gao has went to like the top of one of my favorite villains for Iron Fist. I mean, for in Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole. And tell me now, man, she's the Crane Mother. She's the Crane mother, I'm telling you. She's gonna be the Crane mother. Although I don't understand, like, that one time when she, like, force pushed Danny during that one thing, and then, like, she didn't do it again. But then again, she doesn't really need to. She's fucking Madame Gao. But that lady's performance, man, on top of everything else, dude, like, I thought that lady, man, she's great. Madame Gao is great. Like, I really didn't care for her too much in Daredevil and stuff, man. But this shit right here, yes, sir. Alright, now let's get to the big problem. One of the bigger problems that everybody had with this shit. The fight scenes. And if it doesn't mess up the video too much, I'll try to put some of the fight scenes, like, down in this area right here, so you guys can peep them out while I'm talking about them. My favorite fight scene, now, okay, like I said, I'm a huge martial arts fan. I love old school kung fu movies, man, where they show off different styles, different techniques and stuff, man. I love samurai movies, dude. Like, I love martial arts movies and shit. I have a huge collection. You can't see it because it's off to the side way over there, but trust me, you probably don't know anybody else with as big a knowledge of, like, all kinds of martial arts movies as me and my homies. Like, dude, we, like, live off kung fu movies and shit. For, like, when I was young, especially when we were younger, man, like, me and my brother, dude, like, we watched fucking kung fu movies like it was the last thing we ever do. Like, people watch anime and shit now. But, like, I don't think the fights were not all the fights were great, but I don't think they were as bad as what everybody tries to make them out to be. My favorite fights, though, have to be definitely the Drunken Master against the guy with the drunken style, who is actually in the comics. I don't remember his name right offhand, but he is actually in the comics and stuff. I don't remember his name, and I'm sure one of you guys in the comments will probably tell me or something and stuff. And but yeah, I like that fight was my favorite because I'm a huge fan of drunken style and of drunken kung fu, and I'm a huge fan of that. It's probably one of my top 5 favorite kung fu styles and stuff. And that was really dope. I like the fight between Davos and Danny, and I think it was the second last episode. I think that fight was really dope, man. I like Danny's assault on the building at the end when he went to kill Harold and them. I like the fights between the twins and the bride of 9 Spiders and Scythe. Like those fights. Although I can't really find. I had trouble finding those fights. So if I do include those in the video and stuff, then I'll put those up there. I like the sword fight between Colleen and the guard outside and stuff. But yeah, the fights wasn't as bad. I mean, they wasn't the greatest fights I've ever seen, but they were serviceable. I mean, it was like. I mean, they wasn't as polished as, like, Daredevil or something, man, but it was serviceable and stuff. But yeah, now I'm going to talk about things that I didn't really like, which is, I'm going to talk about minor characters and just plot points and stuff that I think were not as good and could have been handled a lot better. Okay? I want to start with the Meachums. I began the series hating Ward, but by the end of the series, Ward was one of my favorite characters in the show. And I can't really tell you why. Weird, huh? But I can't tell you why Ward was my favorite. I don't know why. Joy's just like to me through the whole thing. Like the whole Meachum storyline was just really to me. Especially Harold. Harold just took a whole a left turn into Crazy Town. Like at the end of that shit, man. Like he took a hard fucking left into Crazy Town. And oh wait, 1 second. Oh yeah, I know y'all love it when I smoke, motherfuckers. But cause I gotta look cool while I'm telling you about some shit. The thing about Joy and the end of I don't buy her heel. To put it in professional wrestling terms, I don't buy her face heel turn at the end. Like, she saw her brother kill their dad, but she blames Danny for it. What? Bitch! I just don't buy her face heel turn. Now, I do buy Ward's heel face turn. I do buy that and stuff, man, because he was going through some shit, man. But their dad just killed. Like, at the end, man, it was like he started all kind of a little bit compelling villain. But whenever he came back from the dead and stuff, like at the end of the season, man, it was like, dude just, I don't know, it was the actor, or I don't know what it was, man, but he just became too, like, I don't know, out there and stuff. I don't know, like the actor was too hamming it up or something, I guess. But yeah, all in all, man, I think the one thing you could take away from this show is that it feels rushed and stuff. Like, it feels really rushed. Like, you could tell, like, the scenes when they went to China, you could tell that shit was still shot in New York and stuff. But yeah, like, I really feel like it feels like, man, this show really feels like they were just trying to get it out of the way to get the Defenders. Like, they were like, oh shit, we still have one more Defender left to do a series for before we get to the actual shit we want to do. And I think in season 2 of Iron Fist, and I think in Defenders, Iron Fist to be a better character and stuff. I just think this season was hella rushed and stuff. And shit I like to see out of Iron Fist season 2, man, I like to see more of Danny's time in Kunlun, and I like to see more of the mystical, like, the mystical elements of Iron Fist, and not so much the goddamn boardroom fucking company shit. I want to see more with the Hand and stuff, even though I think the Hand is the main villains of Defenders too. But yeah. But yeah, sorry if this review wasn't all that great. I just don't I just don't have it's been like a week and a half since I watched it, and I was planning on doing this a lot earlier, but just stuff has been happening and stuff, so. But yeah, that's just my review of Iron Fist season 1. If you like this video, or you don't like this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe down below. And as always,
I hate you, I don't even know you, and I hate your guts. I hope all the bad things in life happen to you and nobody else but you.